Hello, happy Wednesday. You are on the Heart of Success show, and I'm your host, Larissa Vakulina. I go live or try to go live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. South Australian time zone. And here I'm sharing with you inspiration, motivation, wisdom, knowledge, experience, how you can create life and success so that you feel that success within you, so that you I'm sorry, let me just get that. So that you feel happy, healthy, that you have a lot of energy to create what you want to create. So today I decided to discuss a very um, very interesting topic about how we can improve our energy level, because I can see and observe how many people are feeling exhausted, how many people are feeling so confused, they feel lost, um, they feel this impulse to create some sort of safety, stability. They run around and they just not really understanding how to support themselves and have a lot of resources, the internal resources. Yes, while we are building external resources, we need to have internal resources for us to actually. Yes, we need to have the internal. I'm sorry, I'm fiddling here in my studio. It's about Twitter. I think I checked the Twitter to go live there, but I haven't been there for ages, and I think it's not really allowing me to do that. Anyway, so in order for us to create a stability and safety and feel the abundance and happiness and joy, we need to, well, I call it, we need to build that external resources. But in order for us to build external resources, we need to have internal resources. So the internal resources needs to be replenished every time. It needs to be regenerated. It needs to be maintained and sustained at a certain level when we are actually able to create truly, able to create freely, able to have the energy enough for us to create with regenerative and replenishing type of resources. And most of us don't really know how to do that, because we think that our internal resources are here in our brain, in our intellect, in our mind. Well, it's true, it's there, but it's not all energy and resources that we need to supply for us to live, create, and be fulfilled, happy, healthy. Just one more. So it's not only in our mind, in our brain, in our intellectual ability. Yeah, we know how much we love to be clever, intelligent, and all of these things that we picked up when we been children, and then in our adult life we constantly rely on our intellectual abilities and resources. But I would like to tell you that it's not all. It's only probably about 20%, maybe even less, that our brain is supplying us with resources and energy. The rest is actually in our heart and in our other multidimensional levels. And the quickest way that we can start to be connected and have that journey from mind to heart is actually self honesty. I'm talking about energy and that hidden secret that when we actually choose to become self honest, to to ourselves, have that radical honesty with the self, we not only improve our vitality, because in that moment, when you say to yourself, yes, I know that some part of me are not really honest, because we feel it, we know when we go out, we always have ourselves in a different situation with different people. We behave differently. We kind of almost adjusting ourselves to different situations and different people and different creative process and projects and things. And it is really tiring to do this. It's a tiring task to keep the construct of this intellectual programming, the intellectual, the ego conditioning, and the construct when you move in life. And it requires a lot of energy. And that's why when we actually function only from that mind space, we feel really tired, we feel exhausted, we feel confused, we feel lost. So the self-honesty is the first step to give yourself and provide yourself with extra energy. Because once you sit with yourself and say, well, okay, I feel like here maybe I'm not really that honest. Maybe here I feel like it was not me that was having this type of connection with a person, or I did sign some deal and contract that I didn't feel that it was really resonating with my truth, right? So we need to start to connect to that inner truth of who you are, that unique expression of this divine plan. And this is the problem, that we are living from that surface level of the mind. We never connect to that expression, the true expression of who you are. And by adapting and begin to practice self-honesty, this is the first and the quickest step to actually connect to that true self that you are, to this place which is your truth, right? If you sit with yourself and say, okay, I know here I was not really honest to myself, and with this person I felt like it was not truly me. Well, how to start to practice that self-honesty? Well, the first step is to actually say to yourself, okay, I accept that part of me that is not honest right now. By doing this statement to yourself, you're already releasing the energy that was actually sitting in that dishonesty. So just by one sentence, I'm accepting the part of me that is still not in honesty. You're already supplying and supporting your system with the flow of energy, because it is an honest recognition, honest acceptance, and honest, truthful reflection of how you feel. Most of us, we try to hide it. Most of us, we never think that, okay, well, if I just did say a little bit of here, that is not really totally true, or that is just glossed over a little bit, or just sugar coated a little bit. We kind of do this day in, day out with our loved ones, with our colleagues in business, with other people. It is in our automatic reaction, and it sits in our programming and conditioning. Once we accept that state, that, okay, I accept the part of me that is not in honesty right now. But I'm learning. I have intention to start to notice where these parts of dishonesty or lack of honesty is actually living. is functioning, is connecting to other people from that part. So if you start to practice that and notice what part of yourself are dishonest, and if that part of your dishonesty is actually out there living its life and functioning, then you gonna to start to accumulate more and more and more dishonesty within yourself, and it is really hard to carry, because you, number one, need to be someone else, not yourself, with this particular person. You need to be someone else with another particular person. You need to be not you with a group of people, because this is not really honestly and truthfully you. So imagine when you actually don't have anything to hide, you become that centered one, individuated essence of this expression, of this conscious being. Then you don't need to play different roles with different people. You don't need to play and say different things to different people. You can be just one and the same for everyone, not from here, but from here. Because in this space, in the space of the heart, there is a frequency of the unconditional love. It cannot lie. It cannot have dishonesty. It only have honesty and truth, right? That's why the journey from mind to the heart is very, very difficult, but absolutely possible if only you have this intention to say, okay, how do I practice honesty? I just told you, I'm repeating it again. Just accept the part of you that is still not honest. Only that statement and that recognition and acceptance will already start to have the chain effect on your body. You will start to have this impulse of new vibration, new energy. And then, of course, when you start to practice it within yourself, you automatically will start to be honest to others, to everything. You don't need to then practice be honest with that person or with the other. When you start to become honest, absolutely honest with yourself, well, then you automatically honest with others. This is the only way to get freedom. That's maybe topic for another podcast, but freedom is only obtainable through self-honesty. When you self-honest, you free, because you don't need to then go and pretend to be somebody else with that particular person, or with another person you need to be something else. So the self-honesty is the way to create freedom. That's the only one way to do it. So it also have this, not only like you create the freedom, and also you create you become automatically honest with others. It has enormous benefits. It has the benefits that you cannot even envisage right now. You're just thinking, well, honest here and there doesn't matter. But when you practice self-honesty, your relationships will be transformed deeply. You would be able to create healthy boundaries because you're so honest with yourself. You will start to create ecologically pure, ecologically clean environment in your relationships. Then your health will be improved because you start to release all of the construct that you've been holding within your energy field in the form of different knots and time capsules, we call it. All of this very, very compacted energy of untruth, of dishonesty, would be sitting in your field and obstruct you from your pure, inspirational, positive, and united energy that you can use for your creation and for your success, right? So that's you need the health will be improved. Of course, the freedom I already talked about it. So you don't need to pretend to be someone else with others. You will be you because you're so self-honest. You even recognized yourself when you're not honest. You recognize yourself when you probably have a little bit of manipulative intentions, or maybe you have a little bit of kind of idea that would be that you would like to get into reality at the cost of someone else. So see how many edges of this self-honesty practice that you can actually clear up, purify, neutralize, and create from absolute truth of who you are. So you become the same person for everyone. You become the same honest and attractive person to anyone, because everyone would feel your absolute stamina, your absolute intention of be honest to yourself and being honest to yourself. And of course, people feel it. They are attracted to these things. So you will stop to betray yourself by functioning of not being you, by functioning as if you living your life for someone else. Have you ever felt that you live your life for someone else, or you live someone else's life and someone else's goals and intentions? Have you ever felt that? Well, I've been there. I did that 15, 10 years ago, sometimes even now, although I'm aware and I'm observing how all the dynamics of the relationships and impact of other people work. But now it's really rare if I can be trapped into this lie, right? I'm living my life and I know exactly what my life look like. I know exactly what I want from my life. I know exactly what to do to live my life, because I am accepting this part of me that been not in truth, in honesty back then. Well, and it is almost like if you go to gym, you practice your muscles, your physical muscles. Well, this is the same. Practice your radical self-honesty. You would be amazed on which areas of life this will start to transform. It will transform relationships. It will transform your health. It will transform you because you will stop betraying yourself. It will transform your presence. It will transform the level of energy that you can put into your creativity, into creating your life the way you want. So self-honesty, please, this is very important, and I'm just inviting you to start to do this. Take that first step. Just say to yourself, I accept the part of me that is not honest yet. I accept the part of me that is still living someone else's life. I accept the part of me that is still lost and confused. I accept the part of me that is not valuing and not value yourself enough. I accept this part, but sometimes I'm sitting and thinking I'm not good enough. Who am I to assume that I can do that? Well, first step is to recognize and accept those parts. This is self honesty. This is self development. This is self growth in a very honest way. You don't need to have any complicated practices or different type of long states of trying to be at peace or whatever. Just 5 minutes to look within and reflect, where are you at in that moment? Where are you at in that moment? Honestly, If you are looking at somebody and you feel jealousy, this is like accept, okay, I'm really feeling that someone else is knowing or doing less than I, but they more successful, right? We're all guilty of this. I'm guilty of that too. But you know what? If I honestly say to myself, okay, I'm doing it again, because this jealousy is not really helping me to release my creative energy. It keeps it there because you almost give away your energy to someone who is doing better than you. Why would you waste your energy like that? What I think that when we feel that way, that someone is doing better, even though maybe they're not so clever or skilled or qualified, if you see it and if that is touching you, well, then you can say, okay, I see it, then I can do that too, instead of feeling jealous or instead of like, looking at them and thinking I'm better. Just say to yourself, if I see this in my life, I can do this too. I can achieve the same results or even more and better, right? That is more constructive way of supporting yourself. This is more constructive way of being honest with yourself. And once you do this all knots and all of these time capsules that may be sitting there with jealousy, maybe sitting there with some kind of lie, with some kind of manipulation or some sort of plans or intentions to feel better at the cost of other, they all will be dissolved. They all will be starting to melt and integrated into your healthy energy field, into your heart. And then your relationships to yourself, your relationship to yourself first gonna be so much improved. You're going to be connected to yourself. You start to feel yourself. You start to value yourself. Your worthiness level will be absolutely amazing. You will feel amazing. And then when you do this, you feel the same towards others. And others will be attracted to this state that you are in. How you vibrate like that, how you inspirational like that, how you doing it? Well, radical self honesty. That's the secret that I wanted to share with you today. And I really, really would like you to go deeper within yourself and practice that self honesty. And if you need help with that or any other type of releasing these time capsules, the negativity, the constructs, the ego, there is a QR code for my free masterclass that coming up next week. Jump on my free masterclass and you will be amazed how much easier we can actually deal with all these dynamics, with the dynamics of the ego and programming and conditioning. It is now coming up into the surface and we see it so clearly now. So the self-honesty is one of the secrets and one of the fundamental tool that you can start to release all of this energy that's stuck and not really serving you anymore. So accept yourself in the moment where you at and just say to yourself, I accept my parts of me that are not in honesty at this moment, but I'm working towards it. I am accepting the parts of me that is still criticizing myself, that is still looking at the external validation and looking at that external success that you try so hard to create. Just go within and say, now I can see it. I'm now really deeply, honestly accept that there are parts of me that are not honest yet, but I'm learning. And if that is something that resonates with you, so come and jump on my masterclass, which is amazing 90 minutes of diving into all of these dynamics of how and why we keep living in programming, we keep living in conditioning state, and we constantly vicious cycling within the mindset and cannot get out of it. So in my masterclass, I'm showing you this counterintuitive, authentic method, how we can get out of these vicious cycles. And then I'm also going to launch my 12-week The Askara Principles program, which is even deeper, taking you into dissolving, neutralizing all of your programming, all of your conditioning, so that you become in unity with yourself, absolutely honest, united with yourself, and that's the place to start to create your life from that authentic, new, truthful self for the new year. So when we start in end of September, we finish in December. We start 29th of September and we finish in end of December. So you're ready for Christmas, for New Year, to start your new year with absolute amazing inner connection to yourself, with self-honesty, with this emotional stamina, with all the programming left you, and you are renewed, and you start your life in the new year absolutely transformed. So thank you so much. The QR code is there. Please go and jump on my masterclass, which is free, and you will see how that can help you to release all the stuff that is not serving you anymore. And thank you so much. I'll see you next Wednesday.